Hello, I'm Liisa Speaker of the Speaker Law Firm. We represent clients all over the state of Michigan in their family law appeals. Today, we're going to talk about the top issues your client should consider appealing when your client gets an attorney fee decision that they are not happy with. Your client should consider appealing the trial court decision when the trial court outright denies attorney fees or dramatically cuts those attorney's fees without rationale or explanation. So in Michigan family law cases, there's a variety of ways for you to get attorney's fees for your client. Once you've established that your client has a ground for attorney's fees, then the trial court has an obligation to go through a series of steps to decide what is a reasonable fee. And when the judge is just denying fees outright, or when the judge dramatically cuts the fees, there's a pretty good chance that the judge hasn't considered what is a reasonable fee in this case. Another reason your client should absolutely consider appealing an attorney fee award is when the judge awards fees because it's based on an erroneous underlying ruling. So just to give an example, if the judge says, for example, that your custody motion was frivolous and then awards fees because it didn't think it should have to have gone through your custody hearing, well, appeal that decision on fees if you disagree also with the judge's custody ruling. A lot of times we see reversals from the Court of Appeals because the underlying issue was decided wrongly, and therefore the attorney fees issue also had to be decided wrong. Another issue your client should consider appealing on the attorney fee award is when the judge doesn't go through all the procedural steps necessary for that issue. So let's give an example. If your client is seeking attorney's fees under MCR 3206D2 because your client doesn't have the ability to pay, there's a multi-step process for the court to decide that issue. One, your client has an inability to pay, and two, the other side does have an ability to pay. And if the judge is making a decision on only part of the equation without looking at the entire court roll, there could definitely be an error in that decision-making, which would justify the appellate court reversing the trial court's decision. Now, there are a lot of different grounds for attorney's fees. That was just one example, but you should carefully consider whether the judge is skipping out on steps that they really should have gone through in order to make their attorney fee decision. We at the Speaker Law Firm have worked on a lot of attorney fees appeals, and we can help you and your client with your attorney fee issue as well. You can contact our firm anytime, but also click on the link below for a handy guide on asking for attorney fees in the trial court.